Hi friends, we are so glad you're here. My husband Steve and I are here at 7 p.m. Central Time every Tuesday, and we have a fun card technique for you tonight.
Hi everybody.
Thank you for joining me, Steve.
You're welcome.
You're always here.
I don't want to miss out on chatting with my friends.
Who else is always here? Steve looked at 10 minutes ago and said, "Where's Bev?" I'm like, how early do you expect her to come? Bev and Patty and Shirley, we are so glad you're here. Everyone, as you're getting on, please say hi. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your favorite thing to do in the summer. It is a beautiful day here in Iowa. Bev commented, Atumwa is also in Iowa. So beautiful. We went for a walk this morning. I hosted my Bible study fellowship group for lunch here today. We had 11 gals for lunch. Did we do any laughing while we were here, Steve?
Oh my goodness. I was trying to work, right? Because I've got a job. I'm in my office. I'm trying to work. And they're cutting each other up. And, it was a party.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling jealous because I was having to work while they were partying.
Yeah. It was fun. Hi, Orly. Thank you so much for coming. Let me tell you what we're going to use tonight. We are going to use the Stylish Shapes. I used the big one. This is a scrap piece, as you can see. It was white to begin with. And cut it out anywhere, the largest circle of Stylish Shapes. And then for a sentiment, I used the second from smallest. And I used the hello from Wonderful Thoughts. Use whatever sentiment you want.
Bridget and Mary just got on.
Yay! Hi, guys. Mary was just on Stamping Joy Club and shared her first card with us tonight, and it was fabulous. You did a great job, Mary.
Tony and Kathy have just arrived. And hey, I would like to ask everyone if you would please share the video and give us lots of comments.
Give it a heart.
Yeah, give me lots of comments.
Everything helps.
I'll display some comments too while we go.
So this, what do I call this, Steve? Weeds. Use whatever stamp set you have. You think that's rosemary?
That's rosemary.
So for my luncheon today, I made homemade chicken salad with crushed pineapple, red grapes, celery, apples, pecans. Okay, Patty, I had to get some more pecans when I was in Texas.
We had to stop at Buc-ee's just to get pecans.
I bet there's a better place to get pecans, but I know I like the Buc-ee's pecans. But I sacrificed some of my pecans for my chicken salad today. I didn't even tell my BSF friends that I was sacrificing for them, but I was. So
okay, on that topic, if you've been to a Buc-ee's truck stop, please put it in the comments along with your favorite thing that you get from Buc-ee's.
What do you get? We stop at Buc-ee's every time. I get pecans and other things.
Both of our favorites is the brisket. The chopped brisket sandwich. I mean, come on.
It's really good.
Yeah, it should be illegal. It's really good.
Hey, Angie, I sent you the card you won last week. Did you get it yet? I was on top of that. Oh, you want the recipe, Patty? The recipe's kind of a dump whatever you have, so I don't know exact measurements.
It's kind of like a casserole, you know?
But anyway, back to the card. Any set you have with weeds. Painted lavender has lots of things. So look, I wasn't sure what we were going to use on the next card, so I cut out several different things. Last week, I think you helped me figure out the card in the end, so we'll do that again today. Oh no, is this a weather report?
No, it's an Amber Alert, sorry.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to show you is my Bible study fellowship gals, when they were here today, they each got one of these. May the Lord bless you and keep you. So they have encouragement from the Lord on the front, and on the back, everyone in the group. Before I went on my trip, I just wrote their name in a heart, and I did get one too. But they just wrote sweet, wonderful, encouraging things. And then when they came, I had 4 different colors, and I asked them what color they wanted, and then I glued on what everyone had written to them on the back. So that was fun. And my upline sent me this week. You're as sweet as honey. Isn't that a gorgeous card? I want to replicate that. I thought that was so sweet. Thank you very much, Ian. I love it. Okay, one last thing. A lot of you are doing the stamp camp with me for Country Birdhouse. Patty, you're on. I know you're doing it. I cut 2 extra card kits. So one of the things I'm showing how to do is when you give these as gifts, how to make the box, and I'm showing you for whatever size item, you can make a box of any size with my directions. So I have 2 card kits left. If you want to camp, you spend $86.75 with me using my host code. And what you need for the projects for the stamp camp is the Country Birdhouse bundle, the embellishments, the embossing folder, the ribbon, and the DSP. Some of these things aren't available, or maybe you already own them. You can just spend $86.75 on anything and get the stamp camp. Again, I have 2 card kits left.
And they have a lot of fun doing this. Talk about a party. It's like a 24-hour party.
And Steve gets to come to the party.
Right.
Which he loves.
Okay.
Okay.
I just listen in for all the accents because it's amazing.
Oh, thanks, Mary. I'm glad you like that box. Do you know, Mary, how to make a box of any size? And also, how much? I'm going to make one this weekend with DSP on the top. And then I have a whole set of Country Birdhouse cards in here. But if you notice, this is all in colors. And tomorrow on my blog is the Pels Blog Hop, and we're doing in colors. So I'm going to show you some in colors tonight, and this is also made with in colors. They are super, super pretty. Okay, so for tonight's project, you need 2 white pieces, 4 by 5 1/4, and you need a card base. I used black on this one. And you can put it in your Stamparatus, but I'm going to show you another way. You put the stylish shape on here, the largest, and run it through. I guess I should have done that still in white. And then this is Post-it note tape. And I'm just going to tape it right to the glass mat. These glass mats are going to be available soon. They're available to demonstrators right now. I know 5 new people joined my team this last month. They can all buy them now. If you're not a demonstrator, you can buy it starting in July.
She uses this glass mat constantly.
I do. You know, one thing it's good for, this is not a third world problem, or how would you say that? A lot of times now I have long fingernails and I can't pick things up, but I can slide it off the glass mat. I bet you haven't heard that use for it yet.
I have that same problem, so you know.
Okay. Another thing you need is Post-it notes. These are 3 by 3 Post-it notes. The sticky side, and you don't want to take too much off because you still need the sticky there to use it. So I'm going to do 2 different ones just so it's different. But as you can see, you're not taking a lot off.
So you're literally tearing it.
I'm literally tearing it, yes. And you can use them over and over again. I have made 6 cards with these, so we could use these again. Maybe we will. Maybe I'll use one new one. That's what I'll do. I'll use one new one that I just tore, and I'll use one of my old ones. Okay, so now I've taped it together. You can also put this in a Stamparatus, anything to keep it on here. Hey Lynn, thanks for joining us.
Hey, while you're interrupted,
yes.
What are the Stamp Camp video times?
The Stamp Camp video, it starts at 5 p.m. on Friday, and then we have presentations every other hour, 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10, 12, all night long until about 6 p.m. Saturday. So it goes for 24 hours, but everything is recorded. So we don't stay up all night and watch them, do we, Steve?
Now, the
and
5
you don't
p.m.
have to
you just
either.
quoted and the 6 p.m., those were Central Times?
Yes. So at 5 p.m. we're doing the welcome. And if you are part of the Stamp Camp, if you've already purchased that from me, I'm sending you an email with Eastern Time Zone, Central, Mountain, Pacific. So you will have all that before Friday.
You got it covered.
But plan on it starting 5 o'clock Central Time on Friday. So
I just put that into the comments.
okay. So we have our 4 by 5 1/4 adhered together. And take one of your Post-it notes. And I'm going to put this on here. I hear a weather radio going off in the background.
No,
Are we having weather
alert,
tonight? Oh, it's an Amber Alert. That's sad too. So I'm going to use Petunia Pop. It is one of my favorite new in colors. And then I just use this to get the, the new in colors. They're very inky. So I'm just getting that off. And then I'm going to sponge with the blending brush up to where I tore the paper.
That explains the rather dark color that's on the corner, on the edge of your paper. It's been sponged before, hasn't it?
It has.
With every color. And that's what you get.
And as you can see, sometimes I do it light. This one I did very light. And these colors right here are Coastal Cabana, Azure Afternoon, and Orchid Oasis. And then I actually stamped my, I'm going to call it weeds again, on here. On this one, I did the same colors a little darker, and I die cut my weeds. I also used the ribbon.
It's a rosemary sprig.
Okay, so I asked Steve to get me rosemary at the store, and he came home from with lavender, but now he's insisting.
Because I was told to go back and get rosemary, and I memorized what it looks like.
And it's good because I needed fresh rosemary for my chicken salad. And he went out and knew exactly what I needed, didn't you?
I harvested. Yep.
Okay, so the ribbon comes in all the in-color colors. So I used that, and I also used these in-color shimmer gems. But you can use whatever you want, and you can make it either light or dark. This one looks like it's going to be another dark one. So I'm sponging from the bottom up to the first layer. Now I'm going to go back and forth. I love how this is great for making mountains. Now, like on this one, you can see you don't have to go all the way across. What I like to do is take a layer and go part way, just so it's not just layers of straight across.
You know what it reminds me of?
The Colorado mountains?
No. It reminds me of the beautiful multicolor sunsets we get when we're in the Caymans.
It reminds me of the Colorado mountains. And Kathy and Mary both live out there. So tell us about the mountains. Couldn't you make a cute mountain card with this? The mountain sunshine? One thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leave a little white between the colors. And I'm also trying to not make a big blotch spot on here.
See, I was about to ask you that. How do you not get the color on what you've already done?
Well, you know what I should have done? I should have just left it on there. I'm going to do that one on the next one. Okay? No, I can't because I'm going up.
Right.
No.
You'd have to flip it over.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't know exactly where you were going. Okay, so this one is going to go all the way across. And I'm going to use a third in color. This is Peach Pie. Kimberly Barbish. Oh, she is coming to Stamp Camp, and Patty Breeze. Excited to see you guys this weekend. It is all online.
Okay. You want to hear about a very, very loyal participant in your videos?
Yes.
Janice is in the car. She doesn't have strong enough cell phone service to get a
Janice,
video.
driver, are you
She's
driving
listening.
home?
She's just hearing the audio at this point.
Janice, you are such a dear. Janice is coming to Stamp Camp this weekend too. And she is also part of Stamping Joy Club. You are a sweetheart.
I'm trying to be extra witty because I know she's listening to the audio.
Okay, we're ready for that. What witty thing? No pressure here.
You're saying that I haven't said anything witty so far. That's funny.
Well, I don't know. Have you?
I don't know. We'd have to ask our team here to let me know.
Okay, Steve's fishing for a compliment. Is he funny?
I've said entertaining things. I haven't said anything witty so far. So
what does Mary say? This definitely reminds me of the
Mittens in the Mountains.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get the peach all the way down here. Oops, I kind of did the blotch thing that I told you I wasn't gonna do. But remember, people, this isn't perfect, right?
Nobody's perfect.
And sometimes it ends up being a happy mistake, you know? So we're going to go with that. I'm going to keep my sponge brushes. I do use the same colors. So I put a band of cardstock around here, and every purple uses this. So I don't know, would you care if I had 50 sponges? It's one way.
50?
Some people have every single color, and we're not judging you if you do.
Wait.
But I'm cheap.
I mean, couldn't you just be close enough? If you had a purplish color, couldn't you use the purple brush?
Okay, that's what I do, okay?
Good. So you don't have 50 brushes.
I don't.
But you could, is what you're saying.
I could. Some people do, and we're not judging you if you do,
but
right?
You are basically just fishing for my compliment of you're frugal enough that you didn't buy all 50 brushes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that
that
is what I'm searching for.
I will positively reinforce your frugalness.
So did anyone tell us their favorite thing to do this summer?
I distracted them with my question about Buc-ee's, which was really popular, and then you distracted them with the glass mats. So we have not gotten back to summer activities yet. We just fired up the fire pit, and we had Beth's nieces and nephews out by the fire pit the other night.
How much do we love our nieces and nephews?
Oh, they're awesome. They're so funny and so enthusiastic. They make me feel young when I hang out with them until it gets late at night and they're going strong, and then I feel old because I'm so tired.
They are. So some of the cousins live in Kansas City. Some live in Overland Park, Kansas. Some live in Manhattan, Kansas. So it is super fun. Okay, so I will tell you, glass mat users, tape it down better than I did. When I put it on the Stamparatus, it didn't move at all. And I've been a little haphazard, and mine is moving just a little bit.
Confession, I just yawned right here on camera. But I have a good reason.
Okay, why are you tired, dude?
I gave blood today. I'm down on red cells, so, I don't have as much oxygen pumping.
Steve, unfortunately, he gives blood a lot, but he had a coworker pass away this last week.
Yeah.
And they asked for everyone to
give blood
in his honor. Isn't that sweet?
He died of leukemia, and he had gotten many, many, many blood transfusions, and so they felt very, very grateful to the blood center. And that's something that, I've just always done. My mom was a nurse, and, when I was young, she explained how important it was, and I'm able to do it. It doesn't really bother me at all. So
yeah, we have one of our kids that really wants to give, and every time he goes, he about passes out. So not everyone can do it, right?
Yeah. So yeah, the phlebotomist there today was talking about that they have some people that come in multiple times and try, and they finally just say, we love that you're so dedicated to want to do this, but don't come back. Because not everybody can do it, and that's fine. There's lots of volunteer activities that are really important, and this is just one of them. But today was really funny. So I go to the blood center, and they have inspectors from the FDA in Washington, D.C. There's 4 of these ladies there watching them like hawks doing everything. And they asked me, they said, and they recognize me because I'm in there all the time, they said, would you mind if they observe you? And they kind of raised their eyebrows like, please help us out here. And I'm like, sure, I have no problem if they observe. And so I chatted up the inspectors from Washington, D.C.
Did you tell them how awesome our blood center
is? Oh,
is?
yeah. I told them how these people know what they're doing. They, they never hurt me when they poke me, and, they're so professional. And then I started telling them, you need to go to Jordan Creek Mall while you're here, because they were going to be here all week. And I started telling them about restaurants they could go to, and they said, well, it's a mall, what's the big deal? I said, well, see, there's from Washington, D.C., so I said, well, it's like Pentagon City Mall. It's got the high-end stores, and they like, wait, you've been to D.C., you know Pentagon City Mall. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So this one is lighter, this one is darker. I think I'm going to go with the darker one. But here's my question. Should we do, I thought these flowers were fun. This is also from the Painted Lavender. We could do the flowers. Can you see them? I wish we could zoom. Should I hold it up?
Yeah, lift it up.
We could crisscross the flowers and put a petunia pop bow on there. And then I have another petunia pop hello that's white embossed. That's one of my ideas. We could go with some summer splash. And again, put the petunia pop bow. I've seen these also. You can do white. I'm going to call them all weeds. We could do white weeds. We could do black weeds. Or we could do colored weeds.
I'm more into the colors that match the colors that you use.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Okay, so Steve is saying, number one, do we want the peach pie weeds? Or do we want the summer splash weeds? What do you like better? I think the summer splash shows up better on the camera, doesn't it?
Mary's saying summer splash.
Sherry says, I love DC but hate the traffic. You know, Sherry, Steve is going for a conference in September, and I'm going to DC. I love the museums there, but I want to go to the Bible Museum this time. So I'm going to do that in September.
Well, we will tell you what metro stop that is. And you just get on the metro. I mean, you've done the metro before. We did it with the kids when we took them. And it's, pretty easy.
Okay, so to get my weeds on here, I'm going to put a little glue on my silicone mat. And I'm going to sponge the back side of my weeds.
Kimberly likes the peach pie, too.
The peach pie flowers?
Yeah. Do that, and then put the green one in the middle. Green.
The summer splash? Get with it, honey.
Sorry.
Is that too much color on there?
No.
Okay, so we're going to do all the weeds. We're going to do the summer splash. And then we're going to do a couple peach pie sprigs. And I'm going to cross them over each other. Hopefully we have enough glue left to get those to go on. I'm going to try to cross the stems so I can put the bow on here. Does anyone else have anything else they like to do in Washington, D.C.?
So Sherry's telling you get the day pass because it's cheaper if you're going to do multiple rides, which that seems to make sense.
That is good to know. Okay, but I was just telling Joy Club, I'm going to stay home for 2.5 months. We have been on a whirlwind.
We just got to catch up on sleep. Plus, I've got videos to make from all the Italy adventures.
Oh, yeah. You guys, Steve just had another Italy video come out, and he's working on the next one.
Yeah.
So if you have any interest in those, he posts them at Best Last Half on YouTube. So...
Yeah, so the last one was about Cinque Terre, the 5 villages on the cliffs. And you get to see our adventures, and it turned out to be a real adventure. Beth teases me because, I can't just do boring things. I've got to turn things into an adventure. So
no trip is boring with you.
So we
honey.
managed in Cinque Terre to go on an alpine cooking class.
Okay, we have number 1, Petunia Pop. And number 2, peach pie. Can you vote one more time?
For which card base?
Number 1, Petunia Pop, card base. Number 2, peach pie, card base. And while we're doing that, I'm going to put some of these gems on here. It's funny, this is actually Summer Splash, but I feel like the other green, what shall the other green be named? Shy Shamrock. The gems match better. So I'm going to put Shy Shamrock gems on here. Do we have any voting for the card base?
Folks are saying that the Petunia Pop pops. But you do have a couple votes for the peach pie, so I think you should make it both ways. You have 2 card tops.
I don't have lots of weeds cut though.
Well, you don't have to have them weeds cut. We could just make them both ways, and people can decide which one they want. Okay.
I'm going to try peach pie this time. You guys, thank you for helping me. Sometimes, do you ever get
what happened to your glue gun?
You know, I left it out. Okay, so I make cards every day. And with the glue gun, you need to put the needle up the thing. And I didn't make cards because I had 35 people come to this reunion. So Friday I was cleaning, Saturday I was entertaining, Sunday I was entertaining. I went to use my glue gun and it stuck. So, have you talked about Prize Patrol? I see lots of people putting hashtag Prize Patrol.
Our friends are talking about Prize Patrol.
So we will send out one of these cards. Last week, Angie picked Steve's anniversary card. So I quick made him another one and sent that to you, Angie. So he was not offended at all, were you, Steve?
No, I wasn't offended.
Okay.
If I acted offended, it's only because I was trying to get you to do nice things for me. So.
Okay. So where did my original card go? I try so hard to not lose things. Oh, here it is. Yay. Card number 1 is the black one. That really shows up nicely on the camera. It has 1 black weed. Card number 2 has all the weeds. What do you think? Which would you vote for?
Do we have to call them wig?
Okay, flowers. Beautiful flowers. The Holocaust Museum.
Behind the scenes tickets.
Oh, I didn't know about the behind the scenes tickets. I'm going to look into that, Sherry. Thank you so much for telling me. So here is our 2 cards for tonight. Again, let me know if you want one of those 2 card kits for the stamp camp this weekend. It's going to be amazing. We have a 3D birdhouse being made. We have all kinds other cards, but also more 3D things that are super fun. Looks like more people are voting for the black one.
Okay, so if you haven't done so already, you need to type hashtag Prize Patrol in the comments so you can be entered for the drawing that Beth is talking about.
And you can win once a month. Angie, you're the only person who's won in June, so you're the only one that can't win a card tonight. But thank you all for joining us. We will get this Prize Patrol underway. Wow, we have low entries tonight. So
better chance to win.
Better chance to win. But I would love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. How many of you are watching on YouTube instead of Facebook? Facebook is still being janky sometimes, so we love it if you would watch on YouTube. And should we go ahead and draw, Steve?
Yeah, here we go.
I hope everyone has an amazing week. And please come back and see us again next Tuesday. And let's see who the winner is. Orly, yay! So let me know. Maybe you voted. I think maybe you voted. If you want number 1, the black one, or number 2, the peach pie, and I will get that in the mail for you. Everyone have a blessed week, and please come back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. Bye, everyone.
Bye.